I long for a land with watermelons. I want to tell you a story about my family that grew watermelons in a beautiful village called Lesvos on the island Lesvos in the North Aegean. They have grown watermelons since 1922 when they arrived by boat from another land called Turkey, just across the sea from Lesvos. You can see it with the naked eye. Ever so close, yet divided. A war forced my grandmother's family to leave their home, their beds, and their teddy bears. She arrived in a small and flimsy boat, absolutely cramped, with many, many people, as it was the only way to cross the sea. They took a great risk. They were so confused and sad, as the rest of the family had got left behind, drowned, or had been killed, while at the same time, the European masters, English and French, were there with the large and strong boats, refusing to take anybody in. These were the orders, they stated. When the villagers saw them coming from Turkey in these boats, were not sure if they wanted them. They called them names like Turkish seed, as they decided they were not like them. They were left hungry and slept outside. But despite all odds, the family of strong Captain Watermelon managed to get some land and grow watermelons. They were so happy to be able to grow their own watermelons and feed all the family. Business went well, and soon they were able to sell the watermelons all over Europe. The children loved eating them. Red juice ran out of their mouths, and they could not stop laughing. After they had eaten the watermelons, would cut and shape the rind into boats, adding a stick for a mast and torn old cloth for sails, and then set them afloat. Lots of watermelon boats everywhere. What do we have here? Are the boats coming once more from the land of Turkey, full of people from as far as Afghanistan and Syria and other parts of the world? For reasons very similar to those that made the Captain Watermelon family come and go and come back again? Oh, I didn't tell you that. The Captain Watermelon family had to come and go from the village many, many times. You see, the European masters, when they want more money, land, and people to work for them, make many wars, forcing families like the Watermelon family to go as far as Australia and America and Africa. Sometimes they could travel safely to those faraway lands, and sometimes not, risking their lives. All again, it was dependent on the whim of the powerful masters and their deals. But the wonderful family manages, in a wondrous way, always to come back even more resilient and strong. But we don't know for how long. What they see now scares them, but it doesn't stop them sharing their watermelon harvest. They became friends of a family who stayed with them to rest as they were ill from this unfathomable journey. And what a coincidence! The family had a land full of watermelons in Afghanistan. So they began making together different magic potions. They liked each other very much. But the Watermelon Captain family became sad. They could not have them around for very long. They were getting poorer and poorer as the European masters didn't want to buy their watermelons. Were asking for more and more money by taxing their land and selling the watermelon seeds dear. They even had to pay now to go to the hospital. On top, the monster bugs swallowed the villagers' houses and land and made them worry so much they became very ill, thinking of going away again. Oof! Endless! The watermelon family sometimes did not know what to do with the people coming in. To ignore them, to be nice, to feel scared, sad, or angry. Let me read you what they wrote to me here in London. Women, men, and children have passed through our beach this summer. The stories we have heard are innumerous. There are no images which can express the highs and the lows you feel each time a boat comes out. What I know is that their eyes will haunt me, their expressions of fear and anticipation as they're reaching the shore, turning to shame for having burdened us, then to hope, and finally to gratitude. And as they head up the hill to continue on their way, they never fail to turn to us and say, "Thank you, sorry, and good luck." With a tight feeling in my stomach, I can't help but wonder each time, who will need more luck in the end, them or us? Because I'm sure it will come to that one day. I don't know what the future holds. What I do know is that we're also without a country. We just didn't have to leave yet. Another member of the family wrote to me, "I'm trying to bring back some sense into this madness. You are not in a war zone now," I tell them. "It might take a while to get to Mytilene, but you will get there. Here you will have food and rest. You must stay calm now." I couldn't even convince myself. What the hell am I doing here? How have I got embroiled in all of this? Who am I replacing? What weight and responsibility is this on our shoulders? I don't want to make you too sad, so I should say that the ones who make it to the shore are in a way the lucky ones, because there are so many who do not make it. Like many people of the Captain Watermelon's family. Remember? In our days, the European masters use Frontex with their big boats, make huge waves and force the little boats back. For security, they say. The Watermelon family sees all these people to sleep outside in the rain in cardboard boxes on the concrete that hurts their bodies. Why are they kept hungry? Why do they have to walk miles and miles to go somewhere where they get stuck for days? Why do the police hit them when they wait in long queues day after day to get some papers, as without them cannot travel? The big, powerful masters of the land of Europe decided again that this is the way it has to be. Oh, I forgot to tell you that the Captain Watermelon family has many friends also from Europe. They call them tourists who love coming to the village. They buy the wonderful watermelons, and in that way they help the Captain family to survive in these hard times. Some of them want to help the refugees and stay a bit longer, or they even come just for that. Now they're called volunteers. One day, as the volunteers were so eager to help, they decided to plant their own watermelons to feed the refugee children. So they bought a land because they could do that. Now, listen carefully. Their land is next to the Captain Watermelon's family land, which is now next to a camp where the refugee families stay. The Captain Watermelon family could not bear the situation anymore. so a meeting was summoned. The watermelon refugee family said to Captain Watermelon Family, "I know that is hard for you. We just want to have the right to safe land and grow our own watermelons." The nice people from Europe said, "We are so sorry. We have enough watermelons to give you, but we can't do anything about the safe land you both need." So, lovely listeners, what do you think can be done?